Hey, what's up partners? Now we're here dito sa partnership fourth series ng partnership liquidation. Ito yung tinatawag na kumbaga yun na nga, sinabi ko na nga, partnership liquidation. So kung natatandaan nyo pa, ito yung yung word na fold, F-O-L-D. So if you want to check out that video, you can check some of the links here, So dito sa partnership accounting, merong apat na stages. Starts with the letter F, which is yung partnership formation, and then followed by letter O, which is yung operations, and then yung of course liquidation, and then dissolution. Now liquidation is the last kasi bago mag-liquidate, nagdi-dissolve muna. So ang liquidation actually, ito yung kumbaga pinipera na nila yung mga ari-arian. So kumbaga watak-watak na yung mga partners. As you know, dito sa partnership, pagka tayo ka ng partnership form of organization, it is easily dissolved and liquidated kasi maraming maraming paraan para ma-dissolve to. Maybe mag-invite ka lang ng partner, ng bagong partner, dissolve na yon, or may umalis na isa, pero hindi ibig sabihin na na-dissolve na, totally terminated na yung partnership. There's a difference between the two. Yung dissolution, pwede pa rin mag-continue yung partners, pero iba na yung setup nung mga members composing the partnership. While in dissolution, total termination na. Ganun talaga dito sa partnership, So madaling madaling ma-terminate yung partnership life, So ika nga walang forever sa partnership, I'm not referring to sa marriage, dito sa partnership, pagdating dito sa partnership kind of business. So madaling magkaroon lang ng argument, pwede nang magwatak-watak yan. Hindi katulad sa corporation, kumbaga mas stable yung organization pagdating sa corporation. Pero dito sa partnership, madali lang mas madali kaysa doon sa corporation na magwatak-watak sila for some reasons, which actually pinag-usapan natin yun sa partnership dissolution. If you want to check that out, I also have a link there. So this time, ito naman pag-uusapan na natin, yung liquidation, pipirahin na nila yung mga ari-arian. So paghahati-hatian niya ng mga partners. Pero bago meron tatlong kumbaga yung stages itong partnership liquidation. First is that ibebenta muna yung assets. So realization of assets. So kumbaga ito yung pipera na. Second, after realization, yung pangalawa is yung payment to the outside creditors. So kailangan mabayaran yung mga pagkakautang nila sa labas bago nila. Yung pangatlo is yung distribution, bago nila i-distribute yung pera among themselves. So ayun yung so in other words, yung top 3 priorities is para dun sa pera. Once na na-realize na nila yung pera, the top 3 priorities is payment to outside creditors. Second is payment to inside creditors. Inside creditors, ito yung partner na nagpautang dun sa partnership. So pwede rin mangyari yun, pero kailangan mabayaran muna yung utang dun sa labas. And yung pangatlong kung merong natira dun sa pera pa, after payment of creditor and dun sa partner na nagpautang dun sa partnership, then yung pangatlo is yung distribution of profits, na kung meron pang dun sa based on their profit and loss ratio, dun sa nila, which is kumbaga yun na yung kumbaga yung tira, yung surplus na paghahati-hatian nila. Another thing that we want to emphasize here dito sa I want to emphasize, ako lang pala nag-explain, is that dito sa partnership liquidation, meron dalawang klaseng paraan na pang-liquidate ng partnership. Number one is yung through lump sum liquidation. Ito yung kumbaga yung bultuhan na, yung isang bagsakan na, yung once na naibenta na yung mga non-cash assets. Pag sinabing non-cash assets, ito yung mga assets aside from cash. Kumbaga, ito yung mga ano yung mga like let's say for example, accounts receivable, inventory, yan, equipment, yan yung mga non-cash asset. Yung pagka naibenta ng isang bultuhan yun, let's say nabili yun ng isang nakuha na nila yung pera nila, no, then that's what you call lump sum liquidation. No, ang normally dito sa liquidation, another thing is that more often than not losses yung nakukuha kasi wala naman no, once na nag-liquidate na kasi parang na yan kumbaga rush sale na yan no, kumbaga parang parang bentang palugi na. So normally nagkakaroon ng loss yan. So yung loss pinaghahatian dun ng mga magpa-partners rin. And the second type of liquidation, ito yung installment liquidation. Ito naman yung parang staggered yung payment, no? Kasi especially pag kami real estate, medyo matagal yung bayaran. So that's why Now, pag-uusapan muna natin yung simple, yung pinaka-simple, which is yung yung lump sum liquidation. Now, I prepared an example here. So let's read, no? On January 1, 2000X1, the partners of ABC company decided to liquidate their partnership. The following information was made available. So there you go. You have the cash, accounts receivable, inventory, and equipment. So itong tatlo na to, ito yung tinatawag na non-cash asset. NCA na lang ha. So, ayan. So kasi yung cash, hindi mo na pwedeng gawing cash kasi cash na siya. And then so for a total of 500,000. And then dun sa baba naman ng balance sheet, we have the liabilities and capital. So ito yung accounts payable nila for 30,000. Payable to be dun sa partner na nagpautang is 20,000. And ito na yung mga capital nun, tatlo, A, B, and C. So si A meron siyang 20% profit and loss dun sa company and a capital of 100,000. And yung kay B naman, he has 30% for a 150,000 capitalization, no? Or yung ending capital niya. And yung kay C capital, he has a 50% share in the profit and loss of the company, and dun sa meron siyang 200,000 na ending balance. It's important to take note yung profit and loss ratio is not necessarily the same as yung capital balances, na ganun rin yung ratio. No, so it's kumbaga kasi yung profit and loss ratio, ito yung pagka merong profit or loss, ito yung pinaghahatian nila. Wherein ito yung mga capital nila, ito yung kumbaga equity nila. No? Now, gawin na natin to. So the non-cash assets was converted as follows. So A, 50,000 was collected on the accounts receivable, the balance is uncollectible. So ibig sabihin, itong 60,000 hindi siya nakolekta lahat, 50 mil lang yun na nakolekta. So in other words, merong deficit na 10,000. So yung kumbaga loss na yon sa kanila. So paghahati-hatian nila yon kasama ng iba pang mga losses kung meron pa. Basahin natin letter B. 70,000 was received for the entire inventory. Yung inventory, mapapansin mo, it's 120,000. Pero yung natanggap lang is 70,000. So, merong 50,000 na deficit. So, 10 plus 50, 60,000 na yung loss na paghahatian nila. And then the equipment was sold for 250,000, which is actually 300,000. So, we have 10 plus 50 na loss dito sa that's 60 plus another 50, so that's about 110,000 yung loss na paghahatian nila. So simple lang to, no? Gawin na natin dito, no? So meron pang 2,000, by the way, may 2,000 na liquidation expenses. Incidentally, pag sinabing 2,000 pag sinabing liquidation expenses, ito yung kumbaga ito yung nai-incur ng company in the event na nag-liquidate sila. Kumbaga ito yung mga pagpo-process ng liquidation, no? Kasi minsan nagbabayad sila ng yung abogado or yung kung sino man yung nag-settle ng affairs, no? So kailangan bayaran kagad to. And then the requirement here determine the amounts of cash distributed to the partners in the final settlement of their interest. So, simple lang to. Gagawin lang natin dito is, lalagay lang natin, sipin lang natin yung accounting equation. Assets is equal to liabilities and plus capital. There. Okay, so yung assets nila is yung cash. Tapos ano pa? So i-ano lang natin to, parang ila-landscape lang natin ito. This is account, hindi na kailangan lahat ng ano. No, lagyan na lang natin non-cash assets. So non-cash assets simply means it's the total of accounts receivable, inventory, and equipment. So meron sila dito beginning balance, there. So yung cash meron 20,000 na beginning balance. Yun ang mga non-cash assets merong beginning balance na 60 plus 120, that's about 180. So that's 480, no? 480,000. And then yung sa liabilities, we have accounts payable, 80 na lang. So that's about 30,000. And we have yung payable to be. So that would be 20,000. So bukod pa to dun sa capital niya. So lagay lang natin dito A capital, B capital, if you can see it, and C capital. So i-plot-plot lang natin. So how much is yung kay A capital? It's 100,000. While this one, lagay natin yung i-note lang natin dito yung 20% na na capital niya. Tapos dito 30%. Ayan. So, and then 50% o kalahati yung kay C. So ang kay B naman, yung capital niya is 150,000, and kay C, that is 200,000. There. Okay, so ang first step is realization of asset, realization of non-cash assets. So medyo ibaba natin ganyan. There. Realization of non-cash assets and distribution. Okay, so there you go. So itong na to, ito yung meron tayo ditong realization of non-cash asset and distribution of loss. So meron ditong actually na since yung computation dito is 50 plus 70 plus 250, no, yung kanina, no? So that's around 370. So ililess na natin dito yung liquidation expense na 2,000, no? Outright na yon, no? So ang neto nila dun sa nakolekta nila is 368,000. There. So 368,000. Now, itong non-cash asset, isasara na natin to since this is lump sum liquidation. So, yan. So parenthesis, lagyan natin ng parenthesis. Now, kung mapapansin natin, merong discrepancy between 480 and 368,000. So, i-compute natin ngayon. So, this would be 368 less 480. That would be 112,000. Itong 112,000 na to, na loss na to, paghahatian nung magpa-partner. So, para kay A, that would be times 0.2. So, that would be 22,400. There. Yung para kay B naman, that would be 33,600. Yan. Kabisado ko yung sagot na yan, no? Minemorize ko yan bago ko ituro, no? Yan. And then, yung kay, dito naman kay C, capital. So, meron siyang share na kalahati nung 368,000. Nung 112,000, which is 56,000. Ito yung loss niya. That's simply obtained by multiplying 112,000, which is the total loss. Pag sinabing total loss, that's the difference of the realized cash of 368,000 versus the non-cash of 480,000, yung book value. So times 50 mo lang yan, since 50% yung kanya, so that's 56,000. So now get the balances. So get the balances. So this one, so ito yung lagay lang natin dito, balances. Okay? So 20 plus 368,000, this would be 388,000. So ibig sabihin meron silang 388,000